Missed out on breakfast? Fret not. It's never too late to grab a bite.
Okay, today's Breakfast Bites is all about one of my biggest pet peeves, Ryan. Here's a quick poll for you and everyone tuning in. How do you feel when you get some unsolicited advice? Or be honest, are you the one usually handing those out?
Gosh, I think I've had my fair share receiving it as well as giving it. So I think it kind of depends as well who gives it to you. Like, do you have that goodwill or the capital built up already to be able to kind of intrude into that personal space? So I think most of the time it's well-intentioned.
I have to say that I feel like every time I go to you for advice, you are a very good advice giver, just in general.
Thanks.
But you haven't really inserted yourself into anything, at least for me, that I didn't ask for.
Right.
But some of us just can't help ourselves, right? And I've been dealing with this a lot recently. Unsolicited parenting advice is the thing that irritates me the most, I have to say, especially from people who are not parents yet, which happens so often. I feel the need to call some people out on this. Okay. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and give a shout out to a particular in-law of mine.
Right.
Yeah, who spent a long time one trip telling me how to raise my sons and things to prioritize when she has 0 children.
Wow.
So, and I certainly didn't ask. So,
Right.
there's that. And another instance is at the gym. So I think this is more gym etiquette, but is it common for people to feel comfortable to go up to someone you don't know to try to tell them what to do at the gym? It's different if you're a trainer working there, right? Even if I didn't ask, I see why a professional would step in. They're trying to make money, but if you're also just another gym goer, I don't know. Why do you think people do this?
Yeah, I think it's a tough one. You would want to, I think on some levels, to share your experience, make the world a better place and so on. So I also am aware that not always is it welcome, right? You don't want to be nagged at, so to speak, or be corrected if you didn't ask for it. So I kind of draw the line in terms of how dangerous it is. Like if it's harming that person, it's some bad form that might break his or her back, or if the person's clanging the weights and annoying everyone else. But otherwise, if it's going to be contained within his or her own bubble, then I would just leave it.
Yeah. But it turns out we humans are wired for this. So a study published in Social, Psychological, and Personality Science found that nearly 90% of people admit they've given advice that wasn't directly asked for. And the main reason is that it makes us feel helpful and needed. It's a bit of a confidence boost. So do you see it as more of an ego thing, or do they actually want to help?
I think it's a bit of both. Sometimes the act of helping someone also makes you feel better. So maybe that's what they're trying to achieve. In the sense, that feeling of, hey, I helped somebody, so I'm going to feel good. Of course, not in that conscious or deliberate way. But maybe they feel better being able to offer their own experiences. Yeah, so I guess the other question is, what do you do? If you don't like it, should you just send them up front or just be polite and say, okay?
So we'll get to that. I have another interesting stat for you. On the flip side, another study from the University of Pennsylvania found that receiving unsolicited advice can backfire. So a lot of people, if they feel like they're being told what to do when they didn't ask, they're more likely to resist the advice even if it's useful. What do you think of that?
I think generally, perhaps so, but I think it also comes down to the individual. I think some folks are more always in an open mode, I'm always open to receiving criticism, whereas some folks are just closed off and shut off from the rest of whoever wants to say stuff. Even if they have 100 years of experience, they are just not receptive.
So it is important to say that not all unsolicited advice is evil, of course. Researchers say advice can strengthen bonds if it's shared with timing and empathy. The Gottman Institute, famous for its relationship research, says the best advice givers are the ones who ask first. Do you want some advice, or you just want me to listen? So try that magic question next time. It works wonders. So, if someone comes to you with I'm annoyed at something, instead of trying to immediately try to fix that problem that person has, you could just ask, are you trying to vent right now, or do you want suggestions?
Yeah, it's almost like asking for permission to enter someone's space. So I like that.
Yeah. And if you're on the receiving ends of those moments, the best strategy is to say thank you and keep what what's useful. So studies show that people feel heard when you acknowledge their advice, even if you don't take it. So you just smile, you nod along, you filter. No need to argue. Just pick what works for you and move on. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it sounds like sound advice, Audrey. Thanks for that.
Yeah, so one last unsolicited nugget from me this morning. Before you ask if you could offer a suggestion on how someone can reduce screen time for their kids, how to cook eggs better, what weights to lift at the gym, my suggestion to you is to pause and ask, do they want it? Okay, so that's your Breakfast Bites for today. Stay tuned. We have more good stuff on the way.